Yo, you guys, welcome to Mnati Live. Today we are doing a very wild one. We are going to cook with today's stream. We're going to Ashkara in something different, you know. We are going to operate. You feel me? Yes. So, you guys, things have been happening, man. And Blue Lock and Ego are back. Don't believe me? Let's find out. You best find out. Wait, you guys. Welcome to your anime friendly channel. Maybe one of the very few, not very few, I don't know, but maybe there's a lot of people on Twitch. But this is one of your rarest and fewest YouTube streamers. So today we are going to talk about the recent events of Blue Lock and Blue Lock Chapter 9. So this nigga might be cooking, guys, because if you look at the current situation in Blue Lock. Maybe most of you guys just last saw Blue Lock on your anime. So you only know the what you call this. Like people don't know Blue Lock. What the fuck? This is actually terrifying. This is actually terrifying. Like, why don't South Africans know Blue Lock, guys? Like, what? But the boys are back, and the boys are more fierce and more dangerous than ever. And we are about to enter a U20 arc. Like it's 30 days before the U20. So Ego is about to do some last minute preparations for the U20. Which is insane. I won't lie. I didn't think that this nigga will have this much time for him to cook up the team before the World Cup. And bear in mind, Blue Lock or the Japan U20 team is against Nigeria, England, and France. And that's it's the group stages. And it's considered the death group, or it's the group of death, something like that. Because they're grim reapers there, if you might look at it. Nigeria is not a walkover, guys. You know that Nigeria is always a hard team to play because they have so much talent when it comes to football. And I think that Blue Lock is one of the best mangas to show like its capabilities because they can produce anything there. They can produce a striker, defender, a goalkeeper. They are all from Nigeria, basically. Especially one of the greatest ones in Africa. Most of them are from Nigeria. I know we have Cote d'Ivoire, which has your Didier Drogba and all that, but Nigeria is one of those. It's one of the. Nigeria is there, bruh. It's there. You feel me? That is Nigeria. Which, which I won't lie, is very dope. And looking at the different types of training the boys did, and I really think it pays off, or it paid off, because Bachira is starting to look at Rin like a child, which shows that Bachira is matured. He doesn't look up to Rin Chan anymore. He's just like, oh, Rincon. It's just a different kind of setting, and Rin is so calm and just tempered right now. He's not ill-tempered. He's not the villain that I'll stab you. He's just I'll kill you, which is very common for a manga. It's nothing new. That's how we troll, or that's how the trolling works. But with with this training, like, okay, let's go over the different trainings that the guys went through. Isagi was touring the world watching football, which I think was cheese boyish material for him, but he needs to see it personally with his own bird's eye view, I think. Then from there, I think he can understand how the world class football plays or how to play world class football. Because Isagi was just on vacation to watch other teams play football, you know? And that's dope. That's really, really, really fucking dope. Then who else? We have Shido. Shido has one of the most training acts because this nigga was sent to do everything he wanted to do. I think that will take him off that edge because going to the U20, you don't want him chaotic. You don't want him striking defenders and doing all that. I think he will be that calm in such a way that he's done everything that he wanted to do only to win a U20 World Cup, something like that. And that will just put him eyes focused on the U20, which I think is fantastic. But I really think that Ego is going to adapt all philosophies of the major footballs that of the major teams that he introduced. I think there will be a Premier League play style, and then there will be a Serie A play style, which is inspired by the Italians, and maybe there would be a Spanish kind of no, yeah, a Spanish will be brought by who is this guy? Sai Itoshi. Sai Itoshi will bring the Spanish version into the team, but I think that we will have the French philosophy on play against France, and then we'll have the English philosophy against your England because I think the boys evolved differently and playing to support different players will be setting Japan to a position where they can take down this motherfucker. I really really think that there will be different kinds of play style. Play style from the EPL, play style from Barca, play style from not even Barca, but play style from the La Liga. But besides that, Ego just said one of the craziest things because we all know that Ego is one of the greatest other farmers. Like hands down, Ego Jinpachi is one of the fucking greatest horror farmers we ever came across. And the prude was like, what did Ego Jinpachi say? He said, use me because I will use you to fulfill my own dreams. You know, which I think is a very interesting statement. Like, use me so that I can use you to fulfill our dreams. Quite dope, you know. It puts you in a situation whereby you understand. It's like, oh, like it's just it puts you in a place whereby you just look at sports anime in a very different circumstance because right now it's about to go down. With your what's this? With our Ash ending, we got to see Barca playing against what you call against Tokyo Esparion, which was one of the greatest things we've ever watched, or one of the greatest things I've ever watched, because seeing like foreign football teams or foreign play styles against Japanese football is one of the greatest tests to show what the anime characters have been through. So this will be a very, very great development phase for all the U20 team because if you look at it, you have Baichira, you have five strikers there almost on block. It's five. Like what the heck are they doing with five strikers? Doesn't make sense. So oh hey Madonna, let me think. So you have Baru, you have Shido, you have Isagi, you have Baichira. and then you have Rin. Yeah, that's five. Off the top of my head, that's the five. So you have almost like five strikers in block, and that puts you in a very aggressive position because you can play different attacking styles. You know, you have two wild cards, Baru and Shiro, which is I don't think any team can produce that number of high quality strikers, dog. Nah, Jinpachi ego cooked, and the development of the blue lock players is not yet complete, dog. Like when you think of it, that these boys haven't even evolved to their final stage, and they will get to evolve with each and every game. You know, like people will get to evolve with each and every game. Like they will get better and better and better as they play against the world stage, which is very dope. Their first game is against Nigeria. So Blue Lock against Nigeria will be a very, very interesting battle because it's a battle of brute strength and technique in that sense. Because the Japanese team cannot beat Nigeria when it comes to physicality. Ain't no way, bro. I am African, and if that happens, I will be very pissed. You know, only a specific few players are capable of taking on maybe an African physicality. I would think it's Baru, it's Raichi, you know, your your Rio, because Rio is just a chameleon. He can turn into a rock when he wants to be a rock. You know, your Rin, like those kind of guys. The bets on me when it comes to physicality. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry now can be able to withstand the capabilities of no. It doesn't work like that. You know, and with the final 23 set, you know, we still have two team members to just meet because there's Nishoka and Nagi as one of the fan. Okay, let me not say fan favorite, but my favorite for the remaining three players is Nagi, is Sai Itoshi, and then it's Nishoka, because those three characters are just dope, you know. But I don't think Nagi, we need him. We can go without Nagi, but Nishoka is one of the mysterious beings because he made it so far even without playing a single game. Imagine, dog. Like, how can it be valued at 23 million? It must mean that Ego put out a good word for him. You know, maybe when Ego built his profile, it was so attractive to international offers in such a way that they put a bid for a player that they didn't even see play. How much aura farming is there, dog? Like, how much aura can you have that we've never seen you play even one game, and yet the anime is blessed with your name? It's just insane. It is insane. It's like dropping Luffy in solo leveling. It won't go well. Luffy will finish all the food. Luffy will do crazy things. That you feel me? That's how it is. Like Nishoka is like this paradigm. I think Nishoka is more of Ego's reincarnate than Isagi. You know, I think Isagi had what it takes to be Ego's version of Ego's ideal player. You know, and then Nishoka is the one who is Ego. Like I think Nishoka's playstyle will like display Ego's playstyle, and I think he will be all round striker. You know, that false nine, because I think Isagi is capable of playing a false nine, Rin too, but I think Nishoka will come with something, girl. Something. You know? So, like, with this 30 days of training that's left, and we know that Sai Itoshi is coming to the Blue Lock, you know, to the Blue Lock program, which is insane. The return of the goats, wow. So, we have all 25 players done and set, you know, and Sendo is back from war without any scratches, not even a gun wound. And Igarashi is back. I don't know why they brought that nigga. Oh my god. You know, like the manga would be so better without Igarashi. That nigga is so much cooked. But I think the Baratsuda 11 will be the main focus of the 30 days, you know. I don't think they will spoil egos like plans like that. I think hello Hassan, how are you, bruv? Hello G. So I don't think like they will surpass egos expectations, but I think it's something that I'm good Hassan. How are you, Michi? I'm just talking about some blue lock shitty, some blue lock icky. That's some insane amount of views right there. So I think like Ego has a very great team going to the U20, but Sai put in a clause. He's like, I won't play until Japan reaches the semi-final. You know, which is quite jackass of him. He says, I have dreams that I have to consider, even if it means risking Blue Lock's future. You know, which is much jackish. Like I don't think that Ego will allow such a thing to happen. You know, but Nigeria is cooked. Nah, dog. Nigeria is not cooked. Nigeria will fend for itself. Dog. Nigeria will be insane. I think that Nigeria will be insane. You know, and I think that a draw for Nigeria will be perfect. You know, because a draw for Nigeria and a defeat for England, and then one from Nigeria will do three. That's a very bold ask. I think the players will be shocked, man. Because most of the Nigerian players, they're international players at the age of 20, you know. Most of them are playing international football already. So I think the U20 team of Nigeria will be consisting of mostly Premier League players, you know, because your and like the EPL just loves African players, including the French and other national leagues. You know, they just appreciate the what you call the African players, especially Nigerians ones. You know, there's been a lot of goals from Nigeria, dog, and I think that it will that 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 culture will remain, dog. I think it will be one of the greatest teams to battle against. You know, because I think like going against Nigeria the first time, I don't think there's another team that can stand against you if you adapt to the momentum of Nigeria, because Nigeria it's either it can build or break your spirits. Dog. I don't know how many times Nigeria made it to the semi-finals of the World Cup or things like that. But you know, Nigeria, Cameroon, Ghana, those countries have what it takes. Not us from South Africa. Hey, South Africa is cooked. When it comes to football, I don't know what we need some Blue Lock project. I think Nigeria will get a draw against Japan. Yeah, I think so too. But I think that draw will come at a very difficult cost, you know. I don't think they will just get it like that. Nah, bro. Ain't no way. Brian no way. Like Japan will be cooking. Japan will be cooking for real. But I think Sai Itoshi will be forced to play sooner than the semi-finals, you know? Because I think he will be put in a situation where he's forced to risk everything he stands for, dog. Like if Japan goes out now, he won't be able to wait for the next U20 or just stay declining until the next what you call the next 20 World Cup, the next World Cup whereby the senior team is playing the Japan national team. I don't think Sai has that luxury. So he needs to act fast. And I think if Japan is down three against maybe France, I think Sai Itoshi will step up and be like, nah, I can't stand this. Let me show the world what I can do, you know. Because the nigga is out there to prove himself, especially against Iglesias. I don't know if you saw the latest new gen from Spain. Like, it's crazy that the author showed us only one new gen on Isagi's trip. Like, that's really scary. And that guy is the reason why Sai Itoshi is so sad. He's like, I'm so sad when I hear people talk about what they love with joy, which is some other farming shit. I won't lie. That nigga can order farm like for real, for real, for real. Hello Fizzy, how are you? G, how are you? Second nigga to pop up. Fizzy has Bachira on his what you call on his profile picture. Well, well, well. Look at the egoist. I'm good, egoist. How are you? You know, it's just another day of trying to be the best. You know, things. As egoist, you need to keep on evolving. Uh, I think one, two, three, four. Yeah, I think so too, bro. Like your prediction, like new chapter today. I'm not sure, bro. Like I'm from the southern hemisphere. I get the chapter last, dog. Like if you guys get the chapter today, I will get it tomorrow, which is very much sucky. It sucks getting the chapter like after you guys because you guys you just chow the chapter before us, you know, and you get the translations before us. Like I have to wait for you guys to spoil the manga or for the anime. For me, you need to spoil me. If you don't spoil me, I will die before tomorrow because if if Saturday 9 o'clock hits and there's no chapter of Blue Lock, I'm cooked because Aoi Ashi is finished. Aoi Ashi decided to retire, and now we are cooked. We only have one sports anime. Imagine, dog. Like, this is, but like, the consistency of Blue Lock is dope. You know, we go for break once a month, or not even once a month. Sometimes we don't go for break at all, which is quite dope when it comes to standards of anime. Like, hi, Jack. How are you, broski? How are you, broski? Like, it's quite dope. Thank you for the like, gents. Like, I think like this will be very much insane. France number one, like France very will dominate most of the teams in the group of death. But I feel like France needs to go out, dog. I think Luke is just has that much ego that he needs to be destroyed, you know? And I think it's possible. It's very much possible. Like he needs to be destroyed. He really, really needs to be destroyed. Like I don't care if it might take the boys dying while they try, but Loki has so much ego. Like I think Isagi needs to prove to the boy that you don't know soccer, you were just born fast, you know. Rin or Sai? Dog, I go with Rin, dog. Like Rin is a baby compared to Sai, but Rin is him. Rin is him, dog. Like how old is Rin? Rin is like 16, 17, the same age as Nico. Like Rin is him, dog. Yo. I can't even wrap my head around it, dog. Rin is just the goat, you know, because when it comes to dribbling, Rin is 16. Imagine, dog. Like Rin will still play for the U20, the U20 next tournament. Like he will be old enough to play. He will be 20 years old on the next U20 competition, which is insane, bruh. It is insane. Considering the fact that he's number one out of all the nobody can beat Rin when it comes to physicality, dribbling, vision, or anything, bro. That guy is just peak, dog. Is peak. And I think Sai is cooked too. Sai is cooked. Sai cannot stand against Rin anymore. Like, nah, Rin is a complete different monster there. Like, and the fact that he's 16 and he was boarding Michael Kaiser like that. A 16-year-old striker bullying Michael Kaiser, bullying everybody. Bro is a kid, dog. Like, bro is, you know, when you're like playing with that young guy from your neighborhood and you see that this guy will be cooking in the next 2 years. Like, bro is that kind of kid. Like, Rin is him. Rin is badass, dog. Like, Rin can just take the player of the tournament right now because so Rin and Charles are quite almost the same age. Is it Charles the playmaker from from France? Yeah, they're right about the same age. Thank you for the subscriber, son, dog. appreciate it, dog. Like, but when you think of Rin's age and then you think of Itoshi Sai, it's quite sad. Like his brother 10 times him, dog. Like at this point, imagine your brother is a international superstar right now, and you're just watching your rival from a TV, dog. It's quite crazy. Like that scene was very much. It was very humbling to me because even though the nigga thinks he's him, he's not. Imagine watching Barney scoring goals like on live television, and then he seems like to do a celebration to taunt everybody else. Thank you for the like, Jesus. Like when that Iglesias was like, I don't know, he did something like this or like this, but that guy was cold. That guy is so evil that he doesn't eat something delicious. That guy, he doesn't eat something delicious. Iglesias, the Spanish U20, and I think like Spain maybe has two U20 players because I don't think like Spain can be in short of a world class midfielder or world class midfielders. In fact, I think Spain will be like the final before the final. You know that game when it's the final before the final. It's that game when when Croatia and France played in the final and then France won the World Cup. That wasn't the final, but France versus Belgium, which was semi-final, it was final before the final. The game of death, the game of destruction. Yeah, I think those are one of the best games. Semi-final, yeah, dog. Like I think it will be a very, very peak chapter for a semi-final, dog, because all, it will have all the action, dog. Like yo. Plus, our chapters take a very long time. It's been a long time since we've been through a game, just like I really have to point that out. Like, do you remember how many chapters the PSG versus Bastet München game was? It was like plus 100 or something chapters, dog. So we're about to go through some long time shit, and I don't want flashbacks. Suck, dog. Oh, like flashbacks will be one of the most overwhelming things because they will have to introduce the U20 players and maybe show the interactions they had maybe with Sai. Cricket or football? Yo, dog, that's a very hard topic for me. I'm South African, dog. Like in South Africa, it's cricket or football. We do both. We do both. Like, but in South Africa, I would say cricket because crickets are the world's best right now. And only as an egoist, you respect a number one, dog. Being number one in the world, being the best in the world is very much different. And the cricket team is doing that exact. And our South African team, I need blue lock, dog. Like we need a chimpanzee ego in our side. You feel me? Because ego will be one of the greatest things to ever happen to South Africa. That ego philosophy. Yeah. But I think a lot of teams need that right now because if you look at the world standards, they win the World Cricket Final 2025. South Africa won it, but yeah, I don't think so. With Pakistan in its prime and India, it's very hard. Like South Africa right now, it's quite trash. It's quite trash. Like I don't think South Africa has the capabilities of winning in cricket right now. I would be very, very much shocked because we don't have the players right now to compete as number one. We don't. On the other hand, Pakistan and my dad is from Pakistan. Hey, that country is dangerous, bro. When it comes to cricket, hey, oh, those guys will each of the batter will throw 100 just for fun. You know, that's how the egotistical those guys are. Six after six, six after six, catch after catch, wicket after wicket. How do they do it? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know really, really. But football in South Africa is the most dominating sport, and that's how I got to love international football, including your super strikers, and then now yours truly, Blue Lock. But Dennis, who is your favorite Blue Lock player? Like, let's list one of the top 10 hymns in Blue Lock, the top 10 hymns, like, because I think a lot of players are underrated in Blue Lock. Like, when it comes to football, like, I think your Nico is also one of the most greatest players in Blue Lock. Gagamaru is like, we praise Gagamaru a lot, dog. I think like Gagamaru is just wild instinct. And when we meet talented goalkeepers, like maybe the U20 goalkeeper or the U20 the new gen goalkeeper, I think that would be mind blowing. Mind blowing. I think he will be very much sensational because Gagamaru does this insane saves on just instinct. He'll do like, you know, that holding on the pole and saving like this save. But that's just pure instinct from Kagamaru. Dog. It's just instinct, and I think Blue Lock is in danger when it comes to defense. But people say that attack is the best defense, which is quite questionable going to the U20. It will be very hard. It will be very, very hard. Very, very hard. And a lot of people are not really. Oh, guys, like, RIP to Diego Jose, guys. Like, we lost a football legend right now, a phenomenon. I wouldn't be surprised if the next chapter is a Diego Jota. Shout out, because it's news that shaped the world of football, dog. RIP to Diego Jota. One of I didn't know that that guy was a striker, dog. Imagine, he must have been good. Ah, you know, it's quite hard, but I think at some situation, this capitalistic football thing, for real, dog, yo, for real, RIP to Jota, dog. I think this capitalistic football shit, it has to do with this. Besides the fact that this nigga was on a Lamborghini, maybe he was driving recklessly, but I think that this FIFA break, dog, this FIFA tournament, it just prolonged the stay away from most football players, dog, and it just put a lot of players at risk, dog. It's very dangerous, especially it just reflects to the Nagy situation where Nagy was approached by the chairman of the U20 Japanese team, and he was like, dog, give me your rights to every football thing, like everything you do on football, I will own that shit. I think that's the kind of shit that the the capitalism can affect football, dog. True, dog. Yeah. Like capitalism does affect football, dog. Affects it a lot. Like imagine Kylian Mbappe right now was reportedly sick because of meningitis or some shit disease that is only found in the States. You know, imagine Kylian Mbappe, one of the greatest soccer players ever, just falling ill like that. That's not acceptable, dog. Why? Because we wanna popularize this football in the States, dog. Fuck that. Fuck that. If US dog is not fit to hold a World Cup, they shouldn't. Yeah, it's unacceptable, dog. Like it's fucking unacceptable. It's not like imagine having half of the team of Madrid sick. Danko for the sub, G. Away, away. You have Messi there on your wallpaper. You are quite dangerous when it comes to football. But I think this thing is very much. But okay, like when you get to see Messi playing against your PSG, Messi playing against your Al Hali, when you see like former goats playing against the European teams. It's fun, you know. But like the number of games these boys are playing, dog, it's very much dangerous. It's dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. And the danger, it makes football boring. You know? Imagine now we saw a tournament whereby Real Madrid is playing without Kylian Mbappe, you know, even though the boy is not injured or anything like that. But man, this capitalism thing has to change, dog. We need to find a way to protect footballers or athletes from this capitalism shit. But maybe we don't have much say from it. But football is boring, dog. Imagine Rodri wins a Ballon d'Or and he's in the bench, you know. We want to see the best player in the world and he's in injury for 6 months, for 12 months. What the fuck is that? You know, it's just insane. It's just insane. And I think maybe it falls in down to a personal player level, you know, like Chikiri did, you know. If you're injured as a player, you need to rebuild yourself, you know, like Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo is a GOAT. Who is your favorite player in Block? Mine is Rin. Nah, my favorite player in Blue Lock is Rio Mikage. I think the Chameleon is one of the greatest. I think he's on the U20 Gen 11, level. Rio is insane. Imagine Rio copied each and everything that Rin can do right now. That's crazy. I know that maybe Rin will come back evolved, you know. Soneru, G. But I know that, you know, Rin is the code, you know. I'm sure that there are some things that Rin does and Rio will not be able to copy at all. But the fact that Rio can do some of the things that does, it's just insane to me. And the boy has meta vision too. Like it shows that that boy has great, great, great potential. Great potential. Like is a full rounder. Each and every aspect of his play is 90, dog. And he has great football IQ. Like that's insane. You got a question? Let's hope it's a good question. We don't have moderators to cancel your question. You can ask. Snaffy on a well. You Snaffy on a well. No. Oh, bro, that question is illegal. That question is illegal, bro. Snaffy. Oh no, no. Oh my god. Okay, I'll take Snaffy, dog. Like, like Noel Noah said, you know. Noel Noah said, "I'm the best striker in the football world," you know. But Snaffy is no doubt the best player in football. I think that statement is just in that point you just need to choose what kind of goat do you choose. Do you want an absolute goat when it comes to one position like Noel Noah? Because Noel Noah is just like Cristiano, and then Snaffy is more like Messi, you know? Because Messi will go to any kind of position in a pitch and just dominate. Messi will just go over to his defense and then take the ball and dribble four players and make a true pass and then it's a goal. I think Snaffy is that kind of a player. And then Noel Noah is an absolute striker, dog. Like Noel Noah, I think when it comes to the final third, like in the box, or when it comes to him making plays for goals, I think like no one can stop him. And I think he makes a lot of goals. But Snaffy without a doubt, dog. And then the question goes to Snaffy or Ego. Oh, that would be very much insane. Snaffy or Ego. Like Jinpachi, Ego, or Snaffy. Isagi or Nagi. Like dog, Isagi, dog, every day. Like, fuck that lazy genius. Nah. The boy has issues, dog. But on the other hand, the goat Isagi. Isagi is king. Like Isagi is goat. Isagi is goat level, dog. Like I don't know what to say, but Isagi just has it all, you know. Bro, Isagi cares. Yeah, dog. Like ain't no way. Like Nagi just scored one goal and the aura farmed himself to peak, dog. You know, when the aura farming is not good, dog. Like what Nagi did to himself is not a safe thing to do. Nah, dog, you can't do that to yourself. You can't. Like, bro was just like, I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do 5 feints. What? 5? And then imagine Isagi just comes and devours your attack, and then he makes it his 2 gun volley, and it's one of the greatest attacks, and you had to do it 5 times for you to think you're a god. Isagi just does it one time, and then shoots with the other leg. Like, it's insane. But like, let me ask you guys, Ego or Snaffy? Who do you think is the goat? Jinpachi, Ego, or Snaffy? Because I think that one would be insane, you know. Since I think Snaffy and Ego have the same playstyle, you know, but I think Ego was more egotistical than Snaffy. I think Ego was crazy up there, and maybe he didn't have Snaffy because we haven't seen Ego's feet. Yeah, we haven't seen, and I think like when we get to see Ego, but dog, Snaffy, me, that's true, dog. You know, in some point, I will take Snaffy too. I will take Snaffy too. Snuffy dog is a goat. Snuffy is a goat. But Ego, something about Ego just gives me chills, dog. And I think the day we get to see those feet, I think we'll come back to this debate. But Snuffy is cool, dog. Snuffy, ooh, that guy, Snuffy have a big nose. Yeah, he can smell you coming with his nose. It's not only metavision, dog. Like, Snuffy uses his nose in very special ways, dog. That nigga is a martial arts specialist, you know. Every sense of his body is used to play football. So if Snuffy's like, and he smells a different scent or different perfume, yana, he knows to turn away, you know, using his metavision and smell. I think his sense of Snuff is just dope, dog. Like, we saw, like, he makes each and everything. Lorenzo, Itoshi Sai, and Kaiser. Tell me who's the best. What? Oh my god. Okay, like, without a doubt, Lorenzo is number one, G. Lorenzo is it's Dennis number one. There's no way we have to debate that. Don Lorenzo is just the GOAT. He's him. Like, he's a libero, dog, like a defender that can make goals. That's Don Lorenzo. He has insane dribbling, insane defensive capabilities. His passing, everything about Don Lorenzo is just peak. It's just I don't feel like doubting anything about Don. You know, Don Lorenzo is just my number one. Let's put it at that. And then the middle guy is tough. You know, because knowing that uh Sai was beaten by who is this? Iglesias, the Japanese the Spanish guy. And then Kaiser was then beaten by Isagi. But I understand. I think let's give the number 2 to Sai and then the number 3 to Kaiser. Yeah, Kaiser is dead as last. Sorry. Kaiser, I'm sorry. But no. Kaiser takes the number 2 spot and then Sai Itoshi number 3. I think that's how it is. That's a fucked up question. That question is illegal, Doc. It's illegal. That question just made me rethink my entire future. But like, Sai Itoshi is just he is peak, man. But Sai Itoshi, thank you for the questions, cheese. Like, Sai Itoshi is, we don't know his true capabilities. I think he was just showing off against the U20 team. You know, he was just like But otherwise, I think the boy can cook, you know. But Don Lorenzo dog is dope. Don Lorenzo, I think he will be one of the most difficult players to face because he saw everything that Blue Lock is capable of, dog. Like Don Lorenzo was there himself at Blue Lock, and I think he will take that seriously, dog. Don Lorenzo is not that kind of player to take his enemies lightly, nah. And hey, it's about to go down, you know. Like, do you think we'll get to see Brazil, or we'll get to see other like blue national teams? You know, because it's only what's this? It's only you can only see games from Japan's side. You know, unless Nagi will betray Japan and go playing in another team, and then the Nagi spin-off will just have another team or another perspective. But I'm afraid that we will not get the chance to see other teams play, dog, which will be very much interesting games, you know? Like imagine it's in Blue Lock, right? Like this is a scenario maybe in Blue Lock. Maybe let's say it's France versus Brazil, you know, in the group stages, maybe it's the quarterfinals. Imagine not seeing that game, dog. It's like why? You know? And maybe good teams get eliminated before they make it. Is Loki the best in the world five? Is Loki the best in the no dog? I think Loki is not the best. I think Loki is in a situation which Kylian Mbappe was in when he won the World Cup, you know. Kylian Mbappe proved himself to be the best when he lost the World Cup, you know. It's like it is the philosophy of Blue Lock, you know. Kylian Mbappe lost the World Cup, but he lost the World Cup with his own goals. The nigga scored 5 goals on the World Cup final, dog. But he's the fastest. He stopped the Kaiser impact. Yeah, it's just that he was born fast. That's the most fucked up thing to me. Like Kaiser was just Loki was just born fast, you know. I know his shooting is just fast and all that, but I think he's missing a lot. Like if he was really the best, I don't think he will be playing the U20. Nah, there's something that makes me question Loki's capabilities, you know? Like there's no reason for him to play the U20 tournament if he's the best. He has to wait for the World Cup, the coming World Cup, you know? Which just shows that he's still a bred, even though he is one of the goats, nah? Maybe he has one of the best potentials to be a goat, but he's still a bred, dog. He is a bred. Like I don't see Lamine Yamal playing the U20 World Cup. He didn't even go there. Lamine Yamal, you get me? Like I think that's the difference between them because Lamine is already in the first team of Spain, you know, and I think that Loki is still trying to prove himself somehow. Maybe he's trying to prove that I'm the best of the U20 or the new Gen 11 players, you know. But like the Kaiser Impact dog is still one of the greatest tools ever. Bro, Loki is considered as a rival of no. Yeah, he is. You know, it's the thing that you know publicity and the real events are different, dog. You know, it's like when Isagi told Loki that don't act like you're good at soccer. You were just born fast, you know. And then Loki was about to tell Noah that tell watch this breath of yours, he's speaking nonsense. And then Noah was like, he's not like it's not like he's lying, you know. So Noah agrees to the fact that Loki doesn't know football. He was just born smart or born fast, you know. Proven by the fact that he is looking for a passer or a playmaker, you know. I know each and every striker needs a very good playmaker, but Loki still needs to develop, dog. And I think his ego is standing in his way, you know. And I think he needs to be crushed, like Isagi is about to do, dog. Isagi is about to do us a lot of service because if Isagi can crush who is the strongest in the world, five, bruh. I think who is Bachira's master? Lavinho. Oh, dog. I think Lavinho is genuinely one of the greatest in the world five, dog. Because Lavinho is unstoppable, dog. He is unstoppable. Like you will always need a player like Noel Noah or Max Nafi to stop that guy. Yeah, the blonde guy from Brazil, dog. The Chinga guy, you know, the guy from Barca. That guy. The blonde guy is from Man City, I think. Chris Prince. I think Chris Prince is the worst of them all. It's just that he is six like Ronaldo, you know. When you are that six, when you have that much physique, dog, you can you're basically a model slash soccer player at the same time, you know, and you know, looks and popularity go well together. But Lavina, dog, especially that goal of his where he stood like this and then he was like that, bro, that was peak, bro. This nigga took the whole field, bro. The whole field. How how nasty is that? Like that's just peak fiction. But I really think that Loki will be surpassed, dog. You know, as much as Loki thinks, also I think Dada Silva is a fraud. Yeah, me too. If you're talking about that black guy that has physicality, maybe he's one of the greatest defenders or something like that, but he might be a fraud too. That guy, I just think that, but he is proof that Nigeria will be a problem, dog, because you see that black guy and his physicality, it's so damning, dog. It's really much crazy, and I think that if Nigeria possesses players with that much physicality and then speed, they also have speed and they have insane stamina. They can withstand maybe intense atmospheric situations because yeah, but the World Cup is played in Japan, so the weather will be cool, or so I think. So I think that Silva is just tell me about Eagle's new plan. Dog, I think Eagle is going to divide the team into four. You know, I think Eagle is going to divide the team into four groups, and then you know, like the. Do you remember the ranking system that we used last time, where the top five players would lead teams against each other, and then the best players in that maybe they play a game. You get to play two games with maybe the number ones you choose. Like Isagi chose he chose Rin, right? And then he played with Rin and Shido. Isagi had to devour them for him to prove himself that he can survive with those kind of egos. I think we'll go alongside those lines, you know, because I think Ego has to form this team around the strikers and he needs to give them a leading role, dog. You know? So I think like if maybe it's Isagi and Rin as team one, and then it's Baru and Shido for team two as leaders, and then you have Bachira and Baru as the leaders for team three. And then the players will just add themselves in those teams and just adapt to the strikers because the strikers are very important. Even the midfielders or the playmakers, they will get to play with different players when it comes to that. So I think we'll go back to the old system, not anything new. I think Ego is smart like that because if he gives them a system that he placed before, it will be something that they adapt to quickly. Because I think they have to go against each other for them to sharpen their egos. And Baru, bro, Baru is straight up dog. Baru is straight up dog. Baru dog, yo, Baru dog, Baru, yo, Baru. Baru is one of the top three, you know, because if yeah, Baru is the top three because Isagi and Rin are top one, which in Baru's terms, Isagi and Rin are the same person. You know, if you're a Baru fan, you know that Isagi and Rin are just the same person. It's just that they look different, but Baru sees them as the same person. So I do understand why I would say Baru is number three because Baru can take on Isagi and Rin. Like Rin can shoot, Baru can shoot too. You know, Rin can dribble, Baru can dribble, dog. Tell me anything Baru cannot do that Rin can do. Nothing. Baru is Kobe in blue. For real, dog. Baru is the mamba, dog. And that nigga, imagine that nigga does meditation and whatnot. You know, Baru is the first nigga to do yoga. Even Rin, like, Rin was, Rin was, Rin is too young for Baru, dog. Rin did, Rin did meditation by force and he wanted to kill the sensei, you know. But Baru does this shit naturally, dog. Baru is different. Nah, dog, I think Snuffy cooked there. Snuffy really, really cooked. Because even Noel Noah himself was like, nah, this nigga is him. Like, really, really, this nigga is him. And Noel Noah said that Baru is in the standard of a U20 or a new gen striker. He can rival new gen strikers, which is very much insane, bro. Considering the fact that he is a genius, you know, and he still has to develop from that. And he did because don't forget Baru is back from football, American football, not football from the rest of the world, American football, where they hit you with a spear, where they jump slam you, where they pick you up and throw you and catch you again and throw you down, you know. Baru is from there. So the boy is evolved, he has greater physicality, and I think that he will just Baru can score from the halfway line, dog. Oh, like Blue Lock could be so much problem, like in tell me, is Kobe top three? Is Kobe top three, dog? Dog, I won't lie. Kobe is just one of the greatest basketball players ever seen. And I think he is not at the top three. Unfortunately, you know. Because you know, when let me point this towards football, you know. At sometimes we used to say like Maradona and Pele are the greatest players to ever play football. But now when you look at Ronaldo and Messi, we just blow our minds. So I think the GOAT is yet to be seen. It always stands there. Like if you wanna be a GOAT, you need to beat all the previous GOATs. Not even in statistics, dog. Like you don't need to win 2 World Cups. Like even now, Mbappe is a GOAT, but he doesn't have a lot to show, you know? It's just the GOAT status is very difficult, and the top four, top three is very. I think Larry Bird is in the top three. Larry Bird is in the top three, and then MJ is in the top three because MJ inspired Kobe, you know? And then you have there's that tall guy who used to throw these jumper shots. There were those jumper shots that he used to throw. But I think those are the top three. Like people who changed the playing of LeBron. LeBron James is just up there, dog, you know. LeBron is just GOAT, is GOAT. Listen to me now. LeBron is GOAT debate. LeBron is the GOAT when it comes to today's GOAT. You know, when you compare Steph Curry, LeBron, and Kevin Durant, no doubt it's LeBron. It's LeBron, no doubt. because he can do it all, nigga. The nigga is just a robot. How old is LeBron? LeBron is 40. LeBron is playing with his son. Yes, LeBron is a GOAT, of course, but not top three. He can't be top three, LeBron, because he is top three now, but there will be someone who will show us greater basketball capabilities. I think it's always that case, though. You know, you think you will never get another Iniesta and Xavi until you get a Gavi and Pedro. You feel me? You feel me? You thought that you will never see a player do dunks like Michael Jordan's until you got LeBron. But once LeBron is in the air, everybody starts celebrating. That's some good shit. But I think like he has a long way. He has a long way to go, LeBron, with his kind of physicality and the way he treats himself. But who? Let me just okay. Kobe is my top three, but everyone has different top threes in NBA. Yeah, NBA is a very sensitive topic, dog. NBA can start wars. NBA can start a civil war. No cap. But do you think Bronny or Bryce James is a goat? Bronny or Bryce James? Like, I don't know. Me, I feel like the younger one is the one who is going to cook. But the older one, I think he won't survive much in the Lakers. The Lakers, nah. But I think the one that looks like LeBron James, yeah, Bronny. Bronny is the younger one. Ne? That guy, Bronny James. That guy looks like he has some different types of physicality on him. Yeah, me too. I've seen some highlights of Bryce, and he was just bad, dog. He was bad. Like it didn't feel like a NBA draft kind of player, dog. You know. But not every player in a NBA team is a GOAT. But I think there's a standard you need to keep. And Bryce or Bron is not. Bryce, yeah. I don't know them, but the one that's shot with playing right now in the NBA, I don't think is that good. And there are those twins. I don't know if they say they are twins that got good ball game. Now tell me, what's your top three in block? My top three in block. Yo, dog. Okay, so I'll just say that my ideal player is Snaffy, and then I have Isagi and Paro. Isagi and Paro. That's it. Because I think the boys is just, even Aiko said it in the previous chapter. It was like double aces. I think the boys are just good aces in a sense. Like they were not born supernatural, but Baru just had the aspiration of being a king with the ball. There's something that's great about those two boys, for sure. And Snaffy, dog. Oh, Snaffy is no doubt one of the greatest players because the way he analyzes the game, dog, the way he takes information. Like one mistake, you're a child, a attack can be blocked like that. I think that is my YouTube because I know I think he's just a physical monster. And with great amount of physicality and evolution, you can be one of the greatest players to ever do it. In every sport, like with great physicality, you have greater chances. Nah, yeah, let's just say Isagi and Baro share the number two position, and number three is Don Lorenzo. I think Don Lorenzo is one of the greatest players. Like from the streets, imagine they picked you up from a dustbin, dog, as a kid. You know, that's touching, dog. That's touching. That's some different level. Thank you, like you guys pushed me on the stream today, and I appreciate the chance. From the west side of Soweto, let me bounce too because I want to do another stream, a different topic. So to the anime world, until the next chapter drops, maybe tomorrow, guys. Much love to you.